What's up, guys? Welcome to another Talking Bull podcast. I'm Anthony. This is Nick. We are here to bring you your weekly nerd news and talk some bull. Yeah, nailed it. First big item on the agenda, we got a Star Wars trailer. It was good.
Just watched it.
Yeah.
It was good.
I watched it on my phone the first time, and because I like doing that. I like watching on my phone to see it. You kind of get a gist of what's going on, and then you put it on a bigger screen later, and you're just like, oh, it's so good. Other times you just watch a trailer, you're like, I don't need to watch this.
I don't need to watch it again.
Yeah. Other times you're like, I need to watch this on a bigger screen with full everything. And yeah, it's just.
Did you get a sound bar? What's on this fridge?
Oh yeah, I've had that for a while. It's just been in my room. It's for the I switched because what it is I bought an Echo Dot.
Yeah.
For like dirt cheap because Amazon was selling them. And there's no external sound. It's just that. And then you plug it into a media source and it acts like that. And my dad's like, oh, I have a spare sound bar that I'm not using. I'm like, okay,
so
cool.
Plug the Dot into that.
Yeah, and it's just been in my room because I was testing it out. And then I just switched the Alexa that was here with the one in my room. So now that one's on. And it kind of just sits in the fridge perfectly. And like, I actually got it working to where you can connect them all and have them play music that is exactly the same wherever you go. So I tested it yesterday. And I was just like, I walked in my room, it was playing music, walked out here, it was playing the same song. I'm like, that's just my dream, to leave a room and the music keeps going with you. Yeah. And I'm like, I live in a tiny apartment, but I still don't care because that's still cool. I'm like, I'm just going to get one for every goddamn room. But yeah. So yeah, it's been sitting in the room. It's just, I finally switched them out and moved it over here. Just because like I had to make sure that plug worked because it's not... It's a different, like, slightly different voltage than the one they're like, use this one. And I'm like, I don't make sure the house doesn't burn down. Yeah. So I just unplug it, and then I'm fine. But yeah, that's the story of the soundbar. It's a good soundbar, though. It's got a remote and everything. But, yeah. So Star Wars, the Rise of Skywalker, the final trailer, as it were. And I'm like, we only got, like, what, a teaser and another one?
You got a snippet teaser, an actual trailer, and then this. So yeah, 2 trailers and a teaser, which I think is the way to go.
Oh yeah, I agree.
And I like it when they do so many. The thing that I find is like what happens in the next few weeks is like online you start getting all the TV trailers, and that's when you start seeing more things because in those TV trailers they'll have like 1 frame of new footage, right? And then that 1 frame gets compiled with the next one that had 1 frame of new, and then people put that online like, oh, check out this 1/2 second of thing.
I don't even look at those.
I don't look at them, but you see all the articles, you see all the things on Twitter, you see all, you know. No, it all comes from the TV commercials.
Yeah, I don't even check those. I'm just like, I saw this, and I like when they do it. Like, you get your initial little teaser, and then a little bit down the road, halfway, you get your one, and then just before it comes out, like this comes out December, Christmas, right?
20th. Yeah, December 20th.
This is more than enough time to get people hyped, 2 months. And you're in. Like, we don't need to see any more trailers. This is it. And like some movies, just like, here's another one. Here's another one. We know the fucking movie by now. Like, you don't need to. This one is perfect. It opens with the cool Lucas thing, and then shows Rey doing some stuff. It shows everybody kind of doing stuff, where they're at and what's going on. And then, like, it builds. It's like a good build to what's going on. It reveals little tidbits and stuff. And different characters, like, they have different voices narrating kind of what's going on.
Were there different? I know, like, a big chunk of it was Hamill.
Yeah. And then I think there's something with the Emperor, right? He's talking about.
Like, you heard him.
Yeah, and then like Luke takes over and talks about like the Force and like stuff like that. But it's pretty cool, and like seeing them fight again on the Death Star and like where it crashed initially, and then like there's. I can't wait to see this movie. Like, I was already, in because I want to see how JJ finishes off what should have been his entire trilogy, not just the 2.
Yeah, it wasn't. There was supposed to be a different third director, though.
Yeah, and then they were like,
it's gonna be Trevorrow.
Yeah,
Trevorrow.
After he finished Jurassic.
Yeah.
And then,
I don't know what happened. Like,
I think what happened was the second one didn't do as well, and they're like, JJ, can you come back and maybe steer this back? And it very much seems like he's course correcting while doing it. And you don't see that often. You don't see a film in the 3rd installment try to course correct. Usually the second one tries to course correct, and the third one's like whatever.
Crap.
Yeah, crap. Except in Star Wars, where it turns out the third ones usually like
are the better ones.
The better ones, or just
over the sequel.
Over
the sequel.
Yeah,
like over the one.
Because like the prequel of Revenge is obviously the best one.
Yeah,
and then but the original trilogy obviously still is Empire is the best one, and then this one it's like this is probably gonna be the best one.
Yeah,
and then like we're never gonna get like a third side off story, so I guess Rogue One would be the first one, the best one. So that's
and the second one was garbage.
Yeah, it's Solo. Yeah. So, it is what it is. But, this trailer is so good. Obviously, we normally go frame by frame or whatever, but don't need to. It's just a cool trailer. There's cool shots.
I know it's breaking a lot of advanced ticket sales and stuff. I've seen that.
It broke Fandango? It fucking broke it. And everyone was like, oh, I'm so pissed off I can't get tickets. I'm like, what the fuck did you think was going to happen?
Get tickets later.
But, like, of course it did. Like... As soon as this trailer drops, like, tickets available. Every motherfucker is a phone now. You can just get tickets instantly. Unless you're going to Comic-Con, and then you have to watch a little fucking circle. But, of course it did. And people are mad. Get it later.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. You want to go opening night, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, next day isn't any worse.
Even,
that weekend, like, I'm going to see it that week. Or whenever the fuck it drops, the 20th. I don't know what day that is.
Yeah, the 20th. Is
it a Friday?
I'd assume so.
It's usually when movies come out, or Tuesday. Yeah. So, like, I'll see it at some point that weekend. Like, I don't fucking care. I'll go at 10 a.m. on a Saturday. I don't give a shit. That's usually when I go to movies to see random things. But yeah, there's cool shots. The TIE fighters flying towards the ice thing there, which I assume might be the Emperor's throne room.
Yeah.
And I guess that chair is his throne. And I guess, like... Back in the day, they had concept art for that throne room because they were going to use it and never ended up using it for anything. But that is the exact same throne. I'm like, that's cool. And it very much looks like they're resurrecting the Emperor, which I guess they did in like the Legacy stuff now, right? It's no longer canon. But I guess they brought him back a couple of times in the extended universe stuff.
That no longer counts.
Yeah, then all of it's Legacy, so none of it matters. But cool. It makes sense, right? He's a fucking Sith Lord. The Jedis can do Force Ghost. Why can't the Siths? Like, oh man, and that cool fucking shot of the Star Destroyer rising out of the ice. You're like, oh, they can do that. What is it parked in the ocean? Why is it parked in the ocean? It looks like they're gonna fight some stormtroopers.
Yeah,
and I'm like, cool, that's awesome. There's that great shot of like. It looks like the Resistance just was like, we need any ship imaginable, come help us out. And then you see what looks like one of the old ships from the original movie. Like, it looks like it's about to crash on the planet and then just veers up. Like, that's cool. A lot of people are worried about C-3PO. Because it looks like he's going to die.
Well, yeah, he has a line about just take one last look.
Yeah, and then there's like a few promotional shots where it's like eyes are all red and shit, and you're just like... He gonna die.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Lasted, 30-something odd years or whatever. Now he's just gonna die in this movie. It'll be sadder than when
last
Han
like
died.
5-6 minutes too.
Yeah.
Right at the
blows his head out of the airlock or something.
He does it himself.
He's just like, I'm
done with this shit.
All these fucking Skywalkers, I'm out. Finds out Rey's actually a Skywalker. He's like, nah, bro, I'm
done.
It. Anyways, hype for this movie. Can't wait to check it out. And then we got another trailer this week. What a lead off. We start with Star Wars and we're like, let's talk about this trailer. Bloodshot, Vin Diesel's other passion project. I don't know. Vin just seems to do movies where he's just like, I'm gonna be this guy because I can. And it's a property nobody wants, but Vin's like, I'll pay $5 for it. Because family. But so we got the trailer for Bloodshot.
No, I know nothing about Bloodshot except that I do know that was a comic from Valiant.
Yeah, Valiant. Yeah, it's with like all of Liefeld characters, right? Cyber Dude and all those people.
I think something along those lines. Yeah, but nothing of the character. I've seen like an image of two have crossed my mind, right?
Yeah,
crossed my eyes growing up.
Yeah.
What I did see that this trailer came out.
Whatever, that's the thing.
But what I read was like, I've seen some comments that like it doesn't seem too faithful to anyone who read the comics though, like the way he looks and what.
No, this is Vin Diesel just wanted to make a movie or something. Plus, it's an origin story. At the end, he'll probably wear the costume. Yeah,
that too. It was just like it didn't seem too faithful.
No.
To who the character is.
It looks like a good.
Just a sci-fi.
Shit, come back to me in a minute. I'm trying to think of the movie.
But, had some. I like the red scenes.
Yeah,
like with the red vision or whatever you want to call it. Like that looked kind of cool. The part that like when he gets shot in the face, I guess.
Yeah.
And then you see him like healing as it tears his face apart too and stuff.
Yeah.
That looked kind of cool, but like I said, it didn't look like a horrible movie. I just don't know anything about Bloodshot to the point about if it's should just be titled something else. But I'll probably watch it, but it's going to be like on Netflix or what. You know what I mean? It's going to be a streaming watch. It's going to be like I'll watch it when it's available wherever it's going.
I mean, it definitely looks like a good Universal Soldier reboot.
Yeah.
There we go. I got it. I had to look up Jean-Claude Van Damme, and I had to look. I couldn't think. I was thinking like Fortune Soldier, Soldier of Fortune. Like, what the fuck is that movie called? Universal Soldier. It looks like Universal Soldier, the reboot of the other one we just watched. Yeah. Where like his shit heals, he doesn't have a memory, but he kind of remembers shit.
Yeah, the trailer was weird because they played the same couple scenes a few times in the trailer to mimic the idea that he doesn't remember. Like it. I don't know.
And they're using his memory to like kill off drug lords.
I don't know if it's like 51st Dates where each morning he wakes up and you have to start over again.
Adam Sandler's trying to win him over.
Watch this tape. That way you're not feeling weird when I hug you.
It does. It looks good though. Mm-hmm. Like not great.
Yeah, it did. But
good. Definitely one of those you're like, well, it's there. I might as well watch it. Type
of like I might stream it one time.
Yeah, I'm like, it looks like one of those, and I'm like, okay, I'll check this out. I definitely don't see it as what they're probably going to do, like world building with it.
To connect it to where?
All the other Valiant properties that they're trying to get off the ground, because you know they've been trying to get those off the ground too.
Don't waste your money.
No, I'm not gonna. It's Vin's money. He can waste all he wants. He's going out that Fast and the Furious money.
He has that fast family money.
I love that it opens and like the first thing is like you're like it's family. But like it opens like a Fast and the Furious movie would, where it's like some fucking exotic location.
A Corona on the fucking counter.
It opens so much that way, and you're just like, come on. Like, can you do any other movie? It just
you can't. Don't ask. Don't ask.
And the worst thing is I just love Triple X so much, but I hate State of the Union. And I couldn't stay awake during the third one to give you any plot of what happens in the movie. Because it's so, like...
Well, that's like...
It's so cheaply, like, foreign-esque.
The third one?
Yeah.
It's like, the Good Day to Die Hard.
Yeah.
Where it's just, like, they filmed in Russia because it was, like, $100 to film this movie. And it's just...
And you really wanted to see Vin Diesel play this character, like you wanted Bruce Willis to come back again to play fucking thing.
But
and you're just like...
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you... Oh, fuck, where was I going with that? Where was I going?
Was that the last one? Was Live Free and Die Hard?
No, it's A Good Day to Die Hard.
A Good Day to Die Hard.
That's the last one.
Yeah.
Live Free is the...
Live Free is 4, and it's actually not that bad. Yeah.
No, but did you fall asleep during the new Triple X watching it? You fell asleep watching it? And never went back and tried to watch it?
No.
Would you say it was as bad as like... Because I had a hard time watching... I fell asleep for a good chunk of Hobbs and Shaw. To the point where I don't remember the movie.
That's true.
There's big parts where I've never seen the island scenes.
Yeah.
Which... To the point where I listened to a review.
And didn't remember it. Is it kind of funny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big chunks when they reviewed it, don't remember what the fuck was happening in those scenes. Where I fell asleep listening to their review of the movie. This movie must have been so goddamn horrible. My brain just at one point's like, shut it off.
I'm trying to. What was the one movie we saw where you're like, dude, you're snoring? It was so boring.
Oh, it was fuck. What was it?
Yeah, because you had to like nudge me awake, so I kept falling asleep because it was so boring. I can't remember what it was. That's how bad it was. I can't remember what it was.
Fuck. I don't remember, but Hobbs and Shaw was
it's one of the reasons I think we stopped going to see movies because they're not good.
Hobbs and Shaw was the recent one where I just slept for the whole fucking time. And we went to that movie at like 2 PM.
Yeah,
there was no reason why I was asleep.
Hobbs and Shaw is like 45 minutes too long.
Yeah.
And an hour and a half shorter than it needs to be.
The sweet 18-minute mark would have been a perfect movie.
They're like, it gets to
a TV show of 22 minutes.
And like 6 episodes. It gets to the point where you're just like, get to the end because this is just nonsensical bullshit at this point. And I'm like, he still killed Han. Let's fucking someone acknowledge this.
And no one does.
And he's like, I'm just like, this is not. And you took 2 of like the best charismatic dudes who you want to see in a movie
and somehow made me not want to watch this
and somehow
movie.
made it boring as fuck.
Yeah.
Plus you got Idris Elba there and you're just like, this is boring. Mm-hmm. How do you make 3 of these guys, like big actiony, like really good in roles, boring? You made me hate Jason Statham and he's in Crank 2. I'd rather watch that than watch Hobbs and Shaw again.
I remember watching Crank. I don't know if I ever watched Crank 2.
Crank 2 is real good.
Is that the better?
Yeah. I own both.
It's a dumb movie.
It really is a stupid movie, but I like it. And I'm like, I just want more Transporter movies. Even the last Transporter movie is still better than Hobbs and Shaw. And it does the same, like, we're going to Russia movie of, like...
Yeah. Cheaper.
Yeah. That's my new thing. Anything's cheaper now is like, we're going to Russia. Sorry, Russians. That's just where they go to do shit cheaply. That or Georgia. Because they get tax breaks. Anyways, yeah, the movie looks interesting. I'll check it out. I like the premise of them using like his memory of his dead girlfriend to like, oh, these guys killed your girlfriend. And these guys did it.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, okay. And he goes and kills them and then they have to shut him off. And then they reboot him and does it again. Mm-hmm. And like the one guy with like, half good CGI arms and half, like, depending on where he's standing.
The Spider-Man.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I'm sure someone somewhere is like, that's this guy. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, that guy's like, they're using you. And then you see a whole bunch of montages of, like, characters that they're like, this guy and this guy. And you're just like, pfft. I assume us watching that trailer is like when someone watches a DC or Marvel movie trailer and we're like, oh my god, that's Hawkeye, oh my god, blah, blah, blah. Hang on.
Yeah.
No one is like, oh my god, that's Hawkeye.
you went for a weird name right away. Like
I just went like...
completely
I have no
absurd.
beef. Everyone is like, I just made the joke to make the joke. I don't have that beef that everyone seems to with like, oh, it's Hawkeye. Hawkeye's cool. What does everyone have a beef with Hawkeye? Can you shoot a fucking arrow 300 feet and hit one? Can you pull 2 out and do shit? Everyone's like, Green Arrow's awesome. Fuck Hawkeye. And I'm like, why? They're the same basic character in terms of like what they do. Their backstories are different, but who fucking cares? But yeah.
Have you watched any new shows?
Yes. I have watched... so yeah, check out my other movie. Arrowverse, real quick. Yeah, I watched Flash 1 and 2.
So have I.
I have watched Arrow 1.
I've only watched Arrow 1. Yeah.
Real good. I liked it.
Yeah.
And then I liked and then I've watched Batwoman 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. I'm surprisingly intrigued.
I can't. I'm just counting down until January.
No, I get it. I turned it on because I wanted to check it out. I said I would, and I'm surprisingly intrigued. I watched the first 2, and I watched them back to back amazingly. Mm-hmm. Normally what I do is, like, if the show is shittier, I go and I watch, like, Flash, Batwoman, or, like, the next Flash. Mm-hmm. I don't watch shit back to back because it just gets grating and you can't do it, especially with the CW factor in effect. Mm-hmm. But I watch Batwoman back and forth. Or back to back.
Up and down. I watched Batwoman up and down.
I was upside down, so it made the plot more interesting. But I was on the couch like this. But
maybe that's the way to watch it.
I'm intrigued about the story. The world is kind of intriguing, and like she's not the best. But
I can see the lack of acting from a photo of her.
Yeah. but the second episode, she's a little better, and I'm hoping, like, the more she keeps acting and stuff, the more she improves. Because, like, even Amel, the first season, not that good.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping with this she kind of like improves a little bit. But I'll keep watching it. I haven't watched Supergirl yet. I heard it's not that interesting, and I'm like, I was intrigued by the premise, but a lot of people are saying it's not that good.
What was the premise?
Just like Leviathan, and that's the big thing going on in Batman's or Superman's stuff right now in DC, and then
do they explain why she's wearing pants?
I think she just gets a new suit based off of one of the new suits she wears. And I think it was just probably easier to not film in a skirt constantly or something. And in Vancouver, where it's cold. I assume it was more practical than anything else. I like the suit, though. Lex's sister, Lana, figures out that Kara is Supergirl and Thing, but doesn't tell him, so it leaves the kind of animosity between the two. But not like annoying animosity, where it's like, kind of thing. But yeah, I haven't watched any of that yet. I have it, I just haven't watched it yet. And then I have to watch Arrow.
Arrow 2.
Arrow 1. By the way, Arrow...
So what did you think of Flash? Before we get into the best one, which is Arrow. Flash 1. Let me take a second and watch this the other day back to back.
Yeah.
I want to refresh my memory. Flash 1 was about the...
It starts off really cool with Godspeed. And of like something towards Godspeed. And then something to do with Iris and the Flash and Barry trying to deal with different ways of dealing with the fact that like their daughter is dead, and when they get their new daughter, it won't be the same one, so they have to move past that. And then the girl with the powers who killed the Thing. Or is that the second episode?
No, that was the second.
Maybe I watched this. Maybe I watched
I'm trying to remember
both.
What the first episode
What is the first episode?
The first episode was
There's like the.
Because the second episode.
She meets. Caitlin meets Blood at the funeral for his mom.
Who the fuck is that guy?
He's a new Flash villain.
Oh.
Yeah. I know very little about him. I read a wiki on like when it came up of like one of the websites. It's like, here's what you need to know.
Yeah.
He's a new dude and he controls blood or some shit.
Okay.
Yeah, he's very new in the comics to Flash. I have not read a Flash comic in a while. I just read the spoilers of what's going on.
But he wasn't the villain for that episode. So
no, I don't think there was there one. Did they stop somebody?
Yeah, they always do. Oh, the black hole. Was it the black? It was the black hole.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah,
I guess this guy, like, I read about the character. I guess he's just like a minor character in the Flash thing, but like he's a big minor character type of thing.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I like that kind of thing. Yeah. There wasn't like a big bad necessarily, but it was just trying to deal with whatever. And man, do I not like the idea of whatever that fucking chamber is they're building. To make Barry think faster.
Oh.
The MacGuffin for this season. You know it's coming into play. Also, I forgot the fact that they were splitting the two things up because Flash cannot handle having one big bad for the entire series. So Blood's doing the first half and probably Godspeed is going to be the second part. But I really do like them kind of acknowledging Godspeed and like, hey, why does this guy keep showing up?
Yeah, keep popping up,
And like I like Cisco like
and he
going off and talk, but I like Cisco going off and having a life. I will say
I thought he was leaving the show though.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
He said it. I will say the fucking Killer Frost thing, please just stop. No one likes it. I've read a bunch of reviews.
This is why I didn't know who the Doctor was, because the second Caitlin was on screen, I start hitting the skip button on my laptop.
My problem with this is I like her. I hate the Killer Frost thing.
Yeah, but she always is talking about it.
I know. Can we just...
So I don't listen to her.
And like they share a body and I'm like...
And then we're splitting personalities and she
just
wants to have... And then in the second one, when...
I'm done.
The second one, she wants to have her own life, so she has to let her out from time to time. That way she can like have her own life. Yeah. She wants to be a fucking artist.
Yeah.
Tell her no. Bitch can't draw.
So this is what happens when that came on the screen. I was like, what Pokemon do I need to evolve?
Yeah.
Because I was just like...
fuck. But the second one I did like when he went or tried to get through that break wall in the Speed Force. Or like going into the future. And then he couldn't, but his mind went through because he went
So
into...
he went with the other Flash.
And stuff like that. That was cool. I like that he sees everything of what's going to happen. Very similar to... similar to what Arrow has, which is making me confused.
Yeah.
In the idea of like, they both die?
I don't know, but the coolest shot ever is when he dies the same way he dies in Crisis.
Oh, the running.
When he's running
and it just catches
the way he dies and like melts is the same way, but almost shot for shot with the comic.
Yeah.
And I was blown away. First of all, okay.
Which is where, jump 25 years or whatever, where Wally, the real Wally, sees him and pulls him out seconds before he disintegrates.
Okay, so
awesome.
First of all, that is the second coolest moment of all things happening Flash right now.
Yeah.
The first one is when they play Flash. That
was in the first episode.
Yeah, I love that so much.
I did it.
That song is not. Oh, it was, but in the best way.
Is
Normally, I hate when the CW does this corny shit, but but they acknowledge how bad it is, and Cisco's like, I've been waiting to do this since I found out he was the Flash, and I'm like, you acknowledge it. You know it's corny, and it's not a corny in a way that you were not making it. Like, you didn't play it off for serious. Like, the show wasn't doing it. Cisco was. And that's why it was awesome. Plus that theme is like, it's written for Flash Gordon, but like, when you play it, it's so fucking cool. And like, I'm like, when he's going, and I'm like, I loved it so much. It was one of my favorite moments ever for Flash. I'm like, it's so good. I loved it, as corny as it was. But I love this. This is the first time
Barry was way more happier. What I liked about this one was right in the first episode, he's like, all right, let's go get him. We'll stop this black hole. Fuck you. And everyone was like, oh, well, we gotta worry about this. He's like, no, fuck that shit. Let's just stop him. You know, like, let's just do it. And
I do, like, as much as we hyped on this a lot last year, and this year they pivot and kind of fixed it of like, your daughter dies, who cares, she's coming back. I liked where they pivot to though, of like, we cannot
linger on
this, but also not like, this is not going to be that girl when we have our kid. Like, obviously they're gonna have a kid, they know this.
Nora.
We cannot put Nora, the one we're gonna have, through this thing. Because, like, it's
which
going
is
to
all Iris' fault because Barry fucking skips town.
Barry went out for a pack of smokes.
Barry went for a pack of smokes after the kid was born, never fucking came back. This is all Iris' fault. Barry wipes his hand. That's why he's so good-lucky with it. He's like, hey, after 2-3 weeks, I'm out, so it doesn't matter.
But this is what I want Flash, and this is what I want the Flash to do more of, like, have him and Iris have different ideologies and like clash and like,
or have Iris go to work and not be on an episode.
But like, here she does go to work, and I like the episodes where she does go do things. My whole beef with her as a character is like, I don't hate the actress. I don't care what they did.
How awkward was... I know. How awkward was the... It was in the first episode, the barbecue.
That was weird, man.
Like, everyone came in, and then everyone left, and then Kayla's like, oh, I gotta go meet this friend or whatever. And then she's at the next scene was at the funeral thing. And I'm like, so, like, did you change? Like, why would you have gone to this barbecue minutes before you knew you had to go? Because she left it away like she didn't know, but, like, you know when there's a funeral.
It's weird because the time lapse there is
like, you know that there's a funeral tomorrow or at 2 p.m. Like, why would you go to a barbecue at 1:30?
I hate Joe's wife. She is just grating.
She's as bad as... She's on the same level as Felicity and Iris for me.
Of like 2 seasons ago. Yeah. Where it's like they haven't figured out what they're doing with their...
Worse in the second episode. Because the second episode is the one with the girl. Yeah. Where she's trying to investigate all the shit.
And I'm like, I thought she didn't have powers.
I thought she did.
I thought the baby had them, but apparently she has them. I don't know. Postpartum power pregnancy. I have no fucking clue.
Maybe she shouldn't have powers. No. Maybe she shouldn't be on the show.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. But at least now they're like, well, we'll make her an attorney for the metas. And I'm like, okay, cool. Please don't have her be there all the time. That's my beef with all these characters. Is they don't fucking need to be there all the time.
We're talking about this. You got to pay for it. You're giving them money for every episode. You got to give them lines for every episode. You got to make it work.
But you don't need to have this actress there. She's not doing anything. She's not moving the plot forward. The show is called The Flash.
No one moves this plot forward.
That's true. My only beef with that really is her.
Yeah, I I like Joe. I just don't like her. I just don't like Iris, and for the same reasons why there's been times where I didn't like Felicity.
Yeah, she's just degrading, annoying, and they're not doing anything.
So fucking irritating.
And you gave some
Iris.
Yeah.
How many times do you have to have the same conversation with people to tell them things? You know?
I do love that Iris and Barry were like, we can fix this. Time is not set. Fate is but what we make. And then he sees everything.
Yeah.
And like
then he tries to tell her,
and he cries.
Yeah.
And he's like, we cannot
fix this.
And I'm like,
we can fix it. And I understand. It reminded me of the Infinity War.
Yeah.
Strange goes in, he sees all the outcomes. He knows 2 million, whatever it is, 300 billion times we only win once, right? Like, and in this case with Barry, the only way they win is if he dies. It's fixed. There's no fixing this. It's either I live or everyone dies. It's one or the other. And I understand it. But I feel like I hope they don't run this. I don't know, for the next 10 weeks of her not fucking getting it. This is beyond. Oh, like we can fix this, and we can. Time is. No, there are some things that are fucking fixed.
I have a feeling that Barry's going to be sit her down and be like, "Yo, this is what's up," and I'm hoping this is what they do, because sometimes they're really smart with things, and other times they're really annoying. I hope this time they go the smart route.
Yeah. So Barry sees all his outcomes.
Yeah.
Roll dies, he lives, vice versa.
Yeah.
Oliver's been given the same fate, though.
Yeah.
Seems.
Yeah.
That he has to die to save everyone.
Well, Ollie was gonna die anyways, right?
I gotta rewatch that fucking.
The way I understand it, Monitor was like, "You're going to die here anyways. I'm just gonna have you live longer to help me out."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Okay, cool." That was my understanding.
Because he was supposed to die at the last crisis type of thing?
Yeah, something like that. Flash and Supergirl was supposed to die, right? And Barry was, or not Barry, Ollie was like, I'll die instead.
Yeah.
And
but he didn't.
Because Monitor was probably like, oh shit, I need him for this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
so, does that lead to both of them dying?
I don't know. I don't think Flash is gonna die, obviously, but it's still a fucking cool scene where he sees it.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone else is gonna die because Earth 2 is gone, and This is what I hate about the Canaries on this show, is they are all so goddamn broken within all of their stuff that so they went to Earth 2. And she's a good guy there, and she goes out and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, wasn't she a villain? And I thought this was the Earth where everyone was a bad guy. I was so fucking confused.
An Arrow.
Yeah. And I'm like, no, she just was, apparently.
Yeah, she just was.
I thought this was the Earth where, like...
everyone was mirrored?
Yeah, it's the Injustice Society one. I thought that was that Earth. Mm-hmm.
No, she was just a bad guy there. But now she's a good guy.
And apparently no one knew that she was Laurel and shit, because she was just there. So at one point, she's like at a function at the bar.
Yeah.
Cool suit, though. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
How cool was it, though?
Prometheus?
Yeah. When the next Oliver shows up and they're fighting in the fucking science lab or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, is he fighting him? I wasn't getting him. Is he fighting himself? Is he already back in this?
I thought he went back in time to do something. I wasn't thinking he was on another Earth because I'm an idiot.
Yeah. But I knew he was on another Earth, but I was like, was that also, the other Oliver from that Earth?
How cool was the reveal that, first of all, the Batman mask was a cool little
slightly
Easter
different
egg. Yeah. Also, it's our Ollie that was on the island, and you're like, wait, what? Because Ollie on that world died. He didn't make it to Lian Yu.
Yeah, but Prometheus was on the island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then a Monitor
on the island.
Yeah, and Monitor dropped Ollie there instead.
He just drops him there?
And like, dude, could you at least drop me at home?
Yeah.
But I do.
But I like that Chase was on the island and trained with Bruce.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because
that's where he has that
talks
line,
about Batman.
Yeah,
and he's just like,
I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
I'm like, I like Earth 2.
Yeah.
Can we go there more?
Yeah.
Apparently in the next episode, Laurel gets all pissy and blames Ollie for the destruction of Earth 2.
Yeah, Earth 2 just got wiped out.
Yeah, and I'm like, how? How can you blame him? What do you think he did?
Yeah, you didn't do
You
it.
were with him the entire
Is that the
time.
Anti-Monitor taking the Earth already?
No, man, that's just Crisis blowing everything up.
Crisis is starting.
Well, it's probably, the Anti-Monitor, right? Because the Monitor is, what's his face?
Monitor is a monitor.
I'm just trying to think of the actor. I don't know fucking clue. But yeah, the Anti-Monitor is probably destroying all the universes right now, and Earth 2's just gone
now.
And whatever universe got destroyed in the last one with not the other Green Arrow.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I really want him back so bad. But I do love that the shows are doing their own little separate thing, which they normally do, and they give little hints and stuff, and then when it gets to the Crisis event, they kind of just do little stingers. Mm-hmm. This is the first time where we're seeing all these shows actually have ramifications for all of the things that are happening within their own plot threads, and I absolutely fucking love it, because this is how comics function.
Yeah. I like that with Arrow, it was like a really quick recap of season 1. Also,
I do not give a flying fuck about the future.
No, do I not?
I zone out. I don't care. I didn't care when it was in last season. I don't care now.
Yeah, last season I didn't give a fuck. This season I care even less.
Like, I know I have this thing where I'm like, I'm going to check these things out. I am not watching Green Arrow and the Canaries.
There's only 10 episodes for this show.
And then it becomes Green Arrow and the Canaries.
But there's only, and you're wasting minutes
by
going to these fucking futures.
I don't care. No. I do not care.
Doesn't matter.
I do not give a fuck.
There's no bearing on it.
Also, I read this online that, like...
And when the fuck did they have 2 kids?
Who?
Diggle.
Oh, he adopts someone.
Because the first one is the evil one. The one that they have right now.
Yeah.
And then he adopts Connor?
Yeah. But that's not the same Connor we saw before. In Arrow.
I understand it might not be the same actor.
No, it's not. It's the same actor. It's a different Connor. It's not the same Connor. I read that, and I was like... Oh man, you made him less cool. Yeah. He was the cool Arrow in the future.
Arrow,
No, he's not. It's a different fucking actor. Or a different fucking guy.
Different version.
I'm like, I fucking hate universes. I hate that so much. I'm like, I understand it. It makes sense because that time, blah, 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 blah. Wibbly wobbly timey wimey. I was just like, you made him less cool.
Yeah. And then you made their real son or actual son.
The bad guy.
The villain.
Which I'm like...
Of the Deathstroke gang.
Yeah, because what ultimately pissed me off was like, he goes in there and he's like, he distracted me, I'm sorry. And she's like, this is why I work alone. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here, fake fucking Arrow. Oh. I've read a lot of things online about people like mad that like she can fight and take people down like 3 times her size. Because she's like super fucking tiny. Mm. They're like, why didn't they just make her like agile and like shoot arrows from a distance and shit? And I'm like, I get why they're mad. Like, you can't, even if you use, like, non-logic and shit, she still can't take these guys out.
Yeah,
like,
she's 110 pounds and he's 250.
It's like, either bulk her up more or get smaller dudes for her to fight.
Yeah.
Like, I understand athletes and shit can kick the shit out of other older athletes. Like, we've seen the Canaries take out, like, Sarah, for example, can fight bigger dudes. But, like, she's bulky, right? Mm-hmm. Not defensively. Like, she's built because she exercises and shit. This girl doesn't look like she put the thing in.
I mean, like, it's just... I hate all the stuff from the future It had no bearing on it last year.
No.
There was no purpose, except it had to do with the whole fucking Skynet that Felicity was building. But it didn't fucking matter because...
And then they put a wall around the city, and I'm just like...
Very funny... Hitting the nail on the head.
Oh, fuck. But I don't...
There was no... With the flashbacks, it made sense. Oliver was always, like, in a way, like, remembering something that happened to him that would help him now in present day. Like,
these things did nothing.
You know, there was not... Going ahead, it diminishes the present day stuff because the present day doesn't know what's happening in the future. Yeah. So it's like, what the fuck is the point?
Also, like,
again, just
so we know Crisis is fine then.
Yeah, spending money on this cast, building this story, wasting screen time and storylines for something that doesn't fucking matter.
Also, I read some things that's like, oh, they killed this Flash character off screen, and I was like, who did they kill off screen? Jesse Quick and the other Wells. They were from Earth 2.
Yeah,
just gone, and I'm like, oh, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And then I read that the actress who plays Jesse Quick is on another show right now, so she probably couldn't even get there. But I'm like, they have fucking dude. He plays 47 different wells.
He is coming back.
Yeah.
He just wasn't in the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, but like, yeah, they killed Jesse Quick and thing off, and I don't even know if they acknowledge it. And I'm like, oh, that kind of sucks. Like, they were two big components to...
Well,
Flash.
I mean, and that was on Flash and not on air.
But even on Flash...
Well, I'm just saying, but Flash, I don't know if it would have been on the second Flash yet.
Yeah.
I think it'd be on the third
Maybe.
Flash.
But I'm like, yeah, they didn't, and I'm like, oh, that kind of sucks. Like, yeah, Jesse Quick...
I wanted to watch the Arrow too, but I just ran out of time.
Yeah, I haven't watched anything else.
It was called, like, Return to Hong Kong. So I'm wondering, like, is this Hong Kong, like, with him going back to, like, a version of Hong Kong when he went back?
So, according to Amel, every episode is not going to be him on a different Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So, this may be him going to Hong Kong for a thing.
Yeah.
Also, how cool was it when you thought the reveal of Diggle was just that Diggle, but it turns out it was our Diggle?
Present Diggle.
Because, like, they went and sent him there. Because he was like,
because he was going to get out of the car. He's like, I locked the door this time, fucker.
And I'm like, oh my god, that's our Diggle. I love it. I love that was a good bit too. Yeah. He's like, why do you keep leaving me? Take me with you. And he's like, I can't. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, we're doing this again. But then he was like, okay, I get why. But I'm like, I like that kind of thing.
No, yeah, I did like that episode. It was good. And like I said, I like seeing the stuff. I like that Tommy was made the Dark Archer the way it was supposed to be.
And he's like, trust me, it's Marlon. And he's like, no, it isn't. And I'm just like, and I like that now, like, Ollie kicks the crap out of him, but doesn't go for that killing blow type of thing. Mm-hmm. And then he, like, gives him that really good speech, and he's like, oh, okay, I'll turn this off kind of thing. And then he's like, cool speech. And I was like, that's because he's had practice. In the first season, you would have an arrow in your eyeball.
Yeah. Right. Just bang.
But that scene where he fucking busts through the window, and then the other archer busts in too.
Yeah.
And fucking Malcolm's just like, I don't know what's going on.
He's just screaming for his life.
And I read a few things. It was like, wait, wasn't the dad the fucking archer in this? I didn't wait. Ollie dies, and the dad comes back, and he becomes the arrow. But now in this, Chase is the arrow.
Yeah, and I don't know how Chase got to the island. I don't care. Cool.
Yeah, and that was cool, but everyone was like, wait, they don't acknowledge this. And everyone was like, well, maybe, like, he came back, he dies, she divorces him after he gets outed as a thing, and then Chase takes over. And I was like,
sold.
Works!
Chase is awesome. Like, I was like, fuck, man, season 1, season 2, and I believe season 5. The best fucking seasons of Arrow.
Yeah.
1 and 2 and 5.
Yeah,
I think it's 5 or 6. Wherever Prometheus is, and just like, fuck, man, because like the reveal when you kind of don't know that it's him. No, they do a good job of not letting you know that it was him.
And there's like red herrings all over the place. You're like, it's so cool.
And then when you get that reveal that it's him,
and then
he's just an awesome
Archer actually being Tommy, rightfully so, the way he is in the comics. It's just like, that's so cool. Mm-hmm. And like, you don't even get that right away because he's all like normal dude, and then Thea dies, and like, you're like, oh, Thea died in this one. And it's just like so crazy.
Okay, so at the end of the episode, Tommy's at the police station, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
He says bye to his mom.
Yeah.
Do you thank God the world ended? Because just think for a second that like after 12 years now of Oliver being gone, because they filled in the time, right?
Yeah.
He comes home. He's there for about 3 days, and then the mom just never sees him again.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Like
you feel real bad.
I'll see you at home. Okay, I'm not going home.
I'm not.
And then
he just disappears again. And you're just like, as a mom, you're like,
she takes her life at that point.
Yeah,
right?
like, she already lost one kid and thought he was dead, and then Thea dies, and now like 10 years later he comes home, and then 3 days later he disappears again. And
goes out for smokes and never comes back.
You're like, I hope they reset that world without Oliver Queen in it, because if not, she's just gonna fucking you fight.
But now the world's gone, so there's no pain. Yeah. Like everyone.
I think my theory of like them putting all of these shows onto one Earth after this, I'm pretty sure that's what they're trying to do. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously they're doing Crisis because it's a big cool thing they can do. But my theory is like, they're going to make everything one cohesive Earth.
An ultra world.
Yeah, like they did initially with DC, because they're like, we have too much continuity and too many worlds. We're going to fix it. And then like it took them, a month and a half to fuck that up. Mm-hmm. and then they tried to fix it again, and then
then
they
again,
fucked
and
that
then
up.
again.
And I was like, DC, just have a multiverse. It's okay.
You keep creating one. It's
You
because
keep
you
doing
want
old
it.
stories, and then you're like, this is Earth 47, and then they're like, we have too many Earths, and it's like, you guys just like doing crises, man. You would just call it Crisis of Crises if you could. I mean, I love them because they're great, and it's cool to see of like fucking Superboy probably punch a hole in the universe and that fucks a whole bunch of things up. But it's cool to see like Kingdom Come Superman hanging out with normal Superman, hanging out with Earth 2 Superman. It's just like, it's cool. Plus we get TalkingBull back, so you're like, hey. But also, Titans. We watched Titans.
I've watched the first 2 episodes. I started the 3rd one, fell asleep within 10 minutes, so I have no idea what it was. But I have watched the first 2.
Okay, so what I said about, before we even get anything into how, like, what it was and how it splits, excuse me, like,
The seasons,
vibes. Batman.
So, okay, I'll tell you this. I'm watching it.
Yeah. Because I had texted you after I watched it, and I was like, he sounds a lot better than this. He's a little off, but the scene is okay.
So, watch it with Christina.
Yeah.
Dick pulls up in the car.
Yeah.
Gentleman starts walking towards the car.
Yeah.
First thing, is that Alfred? And I'm like, I can buy it. Right?
Yeah.
And then I didn't answer because and then instantly he gets out. I was like, hey, Bruce. And then at the end we watched the rest of the episode or whatever. I'm like, odd choice for Bruce Wayne. She's like, yeah. He's very lean, very old.
I get he's a leaner Batman.
Yeah.
And we've seen that with 52. He's a little bit leaner, not as bulky. I like it.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Like, I like the Bruce. I see him as a Bruce.
His Batman might be a little hard to buy. Yeah.
I don't buy that. And I understand we'll probably never see him in a suit. Like, that's how, like, it doesn't. But I just, in my mind, I don't see him being a Batman. So I can see him as a Bruce. Yeah. He's okay as a Bruce, but I don't see him being a Batman.
Real quick side tangent that are never real quick. Why do you think DC is so hesitant to do a live action of any version of Batman? Like, they always, like, tiptoe around it or have
There have been ideas,
or, like, Alfred.
Well, originally, like, even going back, it was a choice between a Smallville and then a live-action Batman.
And they hinted that one guy who we saw, like, get injured and was rehabilitating might have been Batman, right? And then I think they canonically made him Batman in some way. Yeah. But there's always so hesitant to actually put Batman, like, you see his cowl, we see him get beat up and, like, underneath rocks and he's dead. Yeah. Like, and then you see him get murdered by Nightwing, Robin, spoiler, for last season. But you get the thing of, like, why, like, we have 3 Superman in this, but no Batman. Yeah. We have Bruce Wayne's, but no Batman. I always found that a little odd.
It is odd.
Why are they so hesitant to use it? Like, we're past the point of confusing characters now. That was their whole big thing back in the day, right? They pulled Batman's side characters off of stuff because they didn't want it on the cartoons. And like Titans couldn't show Batman, but they showed shadows of him because they were like, oh, people will confuse Batmans and stuff like that. And like,
or people will just confuse characters. They'll think it's the same one and all this shit.
And I'm like, why are they so hesitant to do that with Batman?
Because no one's in charge over there.
Yeah, exactly. But it's been that way for forever. Decades. Yeah. Ever since they're probably just afraid of Adam West coming back again. Yeah. But I saw a rumor that I don't know if it was a rumor or just someone theorizing that Kevin is going to be an older version of Adam West's Batman.
Okay.
And like that's how they tie Dick Ward's character in. It's like, but Kevin's going to be playing that Batman in terms of like just to have kind of an homage to Adam West in there. And I was like, okay, I'd rather have him be Batman Beyond, but that's a cool theory too.
Did you see the news article with Keaton?
Yeah.
Like there'll be a picture of him in the background.
So they made that Batman canon too, and I've seen a lot of things theorizing how they're going to make Superman, what's that thing? Keanu.
Chris?
Chris is Superman. He's the main Prime Superman. Not Superboy Prime, because that's scary.
Just Superman 1.
Reeves' Superman is Superman Prime.
Yeah.
And they're going to tie that into Kingdom Come Brandon Routh, because obviously he looks
He's
like...
the continuation.
He's the continuation of that story. Because technically, Superman Returns is a sequel to Superman 2.
2, yeah.
So him playing Kingdom Come Superman would just be the continuation of that.
Chris.
And that's how you make that canon.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'm totally cool with that because technically Superman Returns is canon to Superman 2.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool, fine. Everything's canon now. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That is fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm. Pretty cool.
It is. And for like just shows that like are just one-off things they did here and there to try to get people interested in DC. Birds of Prey is canon. Like,
you're stretching
first
when
of
you're
all,
letting that in.
I didn't even. Yeah, you let it in. First of all, you acknowledged it. Second,
you remembered it.
I cannot believe they acknowledged that show.
Mm-hmm.
That show was one season of a show where you were like,
not even a season, half season.
We were so hyped for that show because it was the first time we were getting anything.
A live action Batman as opposed to what we were going to get.
And it sucked. Yeah. But we got the only time you see a live action Batman on TV is the All-Star Batman commercials. I just fucking thought of that. Yeah. And then in my brain, I thought of our ongoing bit in Arkham where we just yell at Alfred and tell him you're only getting one french fry when we come back. But back to Titans. I really like that story with him and Bruce, like talking back and forth, and you can tell like they respect each other, but there's still animosity towards them.
I will say in the second episode, there's another phone call between the two of them. Good call. Yeah. Good phone call.
And like we were so hesitant. Like you can go back and watch us talk about this where we were just like, he sounds fucking Scottish British.
Yeah.
And this one, his American is not that good. Yeah. Like accent wise, like the actor's great. He's just doing an American accent. He's not that great at. But it sounds okay in here. Yeah. It sounds a lot better than the trailer. Yeah. I don't know if they redid it or something.
The teaser was off or the trailer was off. But so I've watched the first two. The first episode really plays out awkwardly because
the transition between 1 and 2,
it was supposed to be, there was supposed to be an extra episode in season 1, and they cut it. They spliced it with the new episode of 2-1, and you could tell that, like, where they would have changed things and where the original break would have been, or, you know, like the season finale would have been here instead of where it was and shit. But it wasn't a bad episode. It was okay, but it was just, like, a little bit I was watching and I'm like, okay, let's just get to
first of all, they retcon the Titans a bit because they make it look like Hawk and Dove are part of the original Titans. Yeah. Which they weren't according to season 1 dialogue of like Dick wasn't even supposed to talk to them. So unless they had a team and Bruce didn't know kind of thing. But I'm like, whatever. That reveal was cool when you see them all kind of in their costumes and Garth's looking out all the tubes and shit. Yeah. Like, oh, that's so cool. And Garth turns into a snake, which is really cool. That whole ending... Like Trigon doesn't look the best. No. But still looks cool as fuck. Yeah. And, like, when he kills the mom, you're like, oh my god, that's so cool. Because she was like, I don't understand what the plan is. And he was like, yeah, of course you fucking don't. You're an idiot. And she's like, and then she's like, oh shit. Raven gets her cool fucking stone thing that's just, like, embedded in there. Mm-hmm. And then, like, I love them all rushing in and immediately giving into all their vices. Not one of them.
Well, so like as they were rushing in, and I think the first one to go is Wonder Girl, maybe.
Yeah, she beats up the guy who kills her dad. Or something.
So we were watching it, and we were like, oh, like she's her eyes go black, whatever. And I was like, I remember saying like, and she's like, oh, they're all gonna have to face their fears or whatever it was
to overcome Trigon, right?
And I was like, oh yeah, and I'm like, oh, I assume like if Dick didn't pass, the rest of them are passing.
No, right?
Dick
is the shining example.
And we already saw that he was the first one to crack, so like the rest of them are all cracking. And then I was like, oh man, like I just want this show to keep going because I want to see the rest of Jason's storyline. Like I know where things are gonna go.
I want them to cast a Joker to beat the shit out of him.
She's like, oh yeah, I can imagine like he just snaps and kills Batman, right? Or like attacks Batman because he's evil. Like you can tell. And I'm like, no.
Does not know the story of Jason Todd and what happens.
But he is an asshole.
And you know who you cast? You know who you cast? The guy who played Joker in the fucking Gotham TV show.
Yeah.
Cast him because he was cool. Mm-hmm. Oh, also, They did not make Gotham canon. I just realized that. Every show is canon except for Gotham, so fuck you, Gotham.
Live action Batman. Not allowed.
We get the cool shot.
Yeah.
The one cool shot of the 13-year-old Batman beating
Which
up
just
his
looks
geriatric
horrible.
patients.
It just looks horrible.
How did it show? You know what? I'm not getting to Gotham tonight. I'm not. There is at least every other podcast where we rail on DC or on one of its properties. Not today.
Yeah.
We did that with thing. Titans is cool though, man.
Titans is cool.
That
I'm
cool
enjoying
reveal of like Deathstroke lives like right by them.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, you see a suit and shit. You're like, oh, I can't wait for more. I'm so excited for the rest of the show.
Although, like, I'm watching, like I said, I watched the first two, but I'm like, I thought Connor was in this. And then, like...
He is.
I know he is.
Yeah.
And, like, he has an episode title, like, I
yeah,
want to say
he's got one and
episode
Aqualad's got one.
Is Connor or whatever, and I'm like, but is he not in it until then? I thought it was, because I seen a lot of, like, you seen, like, photos, a lot of set photos, I thought it was, like, more in it, like, but so far,
I have
3
a
episodes,
feeling,
he's not there
I
yet.
have a feeling he probably shows up, but the episode with his title is explaining him.
Yeah, hopefully, because I'm just saying, he's not there yet.
And I assume the same with Aqualad. He shows up and then they do it.
Well, the Aqualad thing, okay.
Oh, you already know because you're.
I know. I've seen some stuff, and there's even a few lines even in the first episode, and in the second episode where I'm like, okay,
yeah. Titans is so good though, and I love that DC's just letting them go and letting them be, and like.
I hope like I said, I hope it continues.
Fucking Jason Todd, Jesus Christ.
He's hilarious.
As much as I want to hate
Titans are back, bitches!
And that is so fucking stupid, but like what they're doing with Jason Todd makes fucking sense.
Yeah.
They're making him even more of an asshole than he is in the comic books.
Yeah, that way when shit happens, you're like, fuck, that felt good.
I want this thing keep going so bad so they kill him.
Yeah. I just want to kill this bastard.
Is that a horrible thing
just
to say?
like in the 80s. They just were like, I want this fucking guy out of my books.
Yeah.
Fucking kill him. And they're like, okay, well, that's what we'll do.
And like, I want to see a Batgirl at some point.
Yeah, I want this show to keep going so that I can get to Tim.
I will say, I am very, very disappointed on one aspect of this show. The Titans Tower is not a T.
Yeah, I was expecting when they did the pullout, and it was just like a
I was expecting them to pull out.
I was thinking, like, I didn't expect it to be like
a
a T because it's comical.
Yeah.
But I thought there'd be like some hidden reference that there was a T.
And it just reveals this cool tower, but at the same time,
yeah.
you're like, motherfucker, I was expecting a T.
Yeah.
They live in a T. It's for Titans. It's canon. It's in the main book, not just Titans.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like.
I just was like, I wasn't expecting the full-on T, but I was expecting some type of nod to like, oh, that kind of looks like a T.
So when do we get Cyborg on? Because you know they're going to put him on at some point, right? Just
from Patrol?
Yeah, because you know they're going to put him on. He's not a Titan anymore. He's one of the founders of Justice League. But like he was a Titan for 60 years or something. He was one of the main 6. Like we're going to see him at one point in the Titans.
I would assume that he would come from Patrol.
From Patrol. They're starting that soon.
The second season?
Yeah.
I never watched the first one.
I really want to because I really like the episode they were in. I love everyone in that cast. That was great, and I just need to watch it.
Yeah,
and it's not even a matter of like I don't want to. I just need to fucking watch it.
Like a time thing.
Yeah, I was watching all these shows because I finally got caught up on them and everything. But I wanted to get more into watching all these shows. And the only one I haven't watched yet is Supergirl. That's just because I didn't watch it. But yeah, I'm impressed with the CW and what they're doing right now. And Titans just
so far
awesome.
No complaints.
And I still really want to watch Swamp Thing. I know it only got one season and it ended, but it just looks really good. Yeah. And I still want to check it out. I really do.
Where are we at?
Almost an hour. I had some stuff, but we got into thing. So we can I just want to finish off with the one other big thing from this week, which was the delay of the Last of Us. Yeah. It came out and it was weird because it just kind of was like a tweet, I guess, and they were like, "Yeah, this is," and I got it from IGN right off the article, and it was just like, "Yeah, we just have to delay The Last of Us until May 29th, 2020." And you were like, "Wow, they just."
When was it supposed to come out?
It was it was that February? February. And like they just announced it at that state of play like not too long ago.
So 3 months.
And yeah, it's not long of a delay, but at the same time, I was like, cool, it gives me more time to play other stuff. But just make it awesome. That's like, games get delayed 9 times out of 10 to fix something, finish something, or just polish it off better. And they're better for it.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather have this game come out, be perfect. Like, there's so much hype with this game, especially because the first one is just almost perfect. So, like, this thing has a lot to. So, I'm hoping they just make it as good as you can be and take the time that you need to finish it. And I read somewhere that they were just like, oh, Sony, everyone's been like, when's The Last of Us coming out? When's The Last of Us coming out? And someone was saying that, like, Sony just was like, we have this state of play, we need a big thing, make a date. And I'm like, I don't know if you would do that. Like, I could see a company doing it, but at the same time, it's like, they probably were trying to hit that release date because they want this game out and done.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they went to them and be like, look, we need more time to finish this and make it the best we can possibly be. And I'm like, good. When games get delayed, it sucks because you want to play them. But this was so far in February, like it's October. Like, this game was so far in February. It was like, okay, we have to wait a little bit longer to play it from then. Fine. And now it's not, Cyberpunk, this, and Final Fantasy VII Remake. Like, there's breathing room in between this, which is awesome. Because, like, now we're gearing up for game month and a half, right? Modern Warfare just launched.
Yeah.
The Outer Wilds just launched. And then everything else is coming down the pipeline, too. So, and then games are going to get lost in the shuffle. Because that always happens. Usually some company sends some game out to die. Usually Ubisoft. What was the game last year? Tomb Raider, right? Tomb Raider. They just sent it to die, and it did. And fuck. But yeah, that was kind of the other big thing that came out this week was doing it. Oh, I was going to talk about this when we were talking
4
about
years.
That. Yeah.
I read the article. I was curious how long.
Yeah. So Ian McGregor has known about the Kenobi show for about 4 years. He confirmed it's going to be 6 episodes, an hour long. It's going to take place in between 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Cool. I like that he's known about it for 4 years, right?
Yeah.
That like they were like, okay, so that means Disney Plus has been in the works for probably a long time.
Yeah. Or the idea at least of like putting some type of show.
Yeah.
Whether originally if it would have been to Netflix or something, but the idea of like something we're gonna continue your story privately in an Obi-Wan series.
And it's like we just need to have whatever lined up to do it. And I'm like, all right, man, he was the best part of the fucking prequel trilogy.
Oh yeah.
So cool. And Ewan McGregor is just awesome anyways. So 6 hour long episodes of him doing whatever he's doing. And yeah, having to deal with Order 66 and whatnot. I'm down. And on that note, that's going to be it for this week's podcast. Thank you for tuning in and listening. We'd appreciate it if you would comment, like, and follow, subscribe on YouTube and wherever you guys listen to podcast services. We're on Spotify. We're on all your big ones, iTunes or whatever the fuck it is now. What is it called now?
I thought iTunes.
No, remember they got rid of iTunes and made those 3 like movie, TV, and things. I don't know either. I use a Pixel. Anyways, we're on all major podcast services as well as YouTube. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week with all the nerdy news you need to know and listen to us rant. We appreciate that. You guys have a good week. We'll see you next time. Bye.